and we have the privilege of being the largest gold mining company in Africa. And so when we think about our business in Ghana, we see it as an extension of who we are as an African mining company. So when I think about Tarkwa, it's a really important part of our business. In fact, 25% of our production comes out of Ghana, our global production. A quarter of our production is from Ghana. In some respects, we were very disappointed to see that Damang is no longer part of our group, because over 30 years of being part of Damang and seeing the success of Damang, it was a time, part of the regulatory changes, that moved on to different ownership. What we are proud of, though, is we have set Damang up for a sustainable future. And when we started the conversation with the government about what the future of Damang was, we were very clear that the most important thing for us is that all of those jobs and livelihoods that were dependent on Damang mine continued. So we invested quite a lot in ensuring that we had a plan for the sustainability of Damang. We were willing to hand that asset over to ensure that that asset was sustainable. And what we've seen today is that the work over the last 12 months has meant that we've now got a mine that's continued without interruption. And that, to us, was the most important thing. But I will say this today, is that we are not going to give up in any way on Tarkwa. So in November last year, we submitted a lease extension for the Tarkwa mine, which would give us, at least for the initial term, another 20 years of mining at Tarkwa. This will require quite a significant amount of reinvestment. We're going to have to move a huge amount of more material. We're going to have to invest a whole lot in additional fleet and equipment. That's going to require additional manpower to actually move that material over the next 20 years. But what that will do is set up Tarkwa to be a really successful world-class asset for another 20 years. And then during that time, we can consider how we continue to extend the life of that asset beyond that period. So we are very committed to Tarkwa. And if there's a disappointment that I don't spend enough time at the mine in Tarkwa, is because unfortunately a lot of the time that I'm spending in Ghana has been to try and lobby the Minister, Minerals Commission. We're meeting this week with the Minister of Finance and all of those politicians who actually have a role to play in the decision about the role that Goldfields has in the future. So a lot of the work that we're doing and that I'm having to lift is to really try and present the case of why Goldfields. And if I come back to why Goldfields and why we feel so convicted about the work that we do, is that our strategy is really clear. We don't just mine gold for the sake of our shareholders, for all of the international shareholders around the world. A key part of our strategy is to make a meaningful difference in the host communities in which we operate. And if I look at the great work...
The Western Cape has some of the most unequal communities in the country. Khayelitsha right there, Gugulethu is right there. Where is their plan for black and colored people who live in shacks while they dream of a Western aligned utopia? They do not mention inequality. They do not mention anything about housing. They do not even mention the people who clean their homes, drive their taxis, or pick their fruit. They want independence, but they do not want to share the power or wealth with the people who built the land. The last time white people in South Africa demanded a homeland for themselves, they created apartheid. They governed black people. They controlled colored people. They decided who belonged and who did not. Now they want to do it again. They just want to brand it as something else, as self-determination. They want to call it Western character, but the core is the same. They do not want to be governed by black people. They never have. And this is the letter that proves that this is the only thing that has changed. In fact, the only thing that has changed is their strategy. Right? Asking a foreign power to intervene in your country's territorial integrity is not political advocacy. It is treason. There is no other word for it. They are not pretending. They are not trying to even hide it. They are not lobbying. They are recruiting the president of the United States to help them break up South Africa. And they are referring a strategic military and economic partnership in return. They are aligned with this country. People like Rob Herzog and Phil Craig are aligned with this country. They want Cape independence, but they do not want equality. They do not want justice. They just want a country where they never have to answer to black people. They are willing to sell out the rest of South Africa to get this Cape independence. They have not changed. They have just changed a few words for the same hate. And we should call it what it is: treason and hate.
While we are setting an ultimatum which will only be enforced or be enforced on African migrants, ngale in Cape Town, the Cape Independence Movement is still lobbying the US government and trying to threaten the sovereignty of this country. While that is happening in Orania has basically shown a middle finger, has been for years, for decades, shown the middle finger to the sovereignty of this country. Yet there is absolute silence from March and March, absolute silence from Operation Tutula and all these movements. And that is why I will never take them seriously. Until they decide to march on Orania and do the very same thing that they are doing to African migrants in Durban, that they are doing to African migrants all over the country. Until they do, or they show the same energy to the white migrants and to those who actually threaten the sovereignty of this nation, I will never ever take them seriously.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? So let's talk about what is happening. The Ghana government has refused to renew their contract with the South African white people. Reason being because of what is happening on social media. So I've been seeing South Africans saying, oh, this girl used to support us before. Yes, I used to support South Africa before. I used to talk about what is happening in South Africa, condemn a lot of things. I did not start my YouTube channel with this channel. I started my YouTube channel with a South African channel. You get, I've been doing South African channel for 1 year, and the reason I need to explain this so that some people will understand it. Some people will understand. Yeah, you get. I have to be very clear and open with you guys. I started doing South African channel for a year. You get. So I even had a South African boyfriend. I'm not lying to you guys. I even had a South African boyfriend, thinking, oh, one day like things will work well. Not online South African boyfriend. You get. So when I started seeing things happening in South Africa, South Africans are chasing foreigners, they are hitting foreigners, they are looting their shops, I began to be scared. This is the reason I was so scared. I said, oh, whenever I bring up this topic, why are your people doing like this? It means that if one day you and I happen to get married, this is how they'll be treating me. He keeps supporting his people. He's always supporting his people. That the Nigerians, to be honest with you, we don't like Nigerians in our country. I said, so then what? You people, I don't only have problems with Nigerians, you hate all foreigners. That means if I come to your country and you and I are married tomorrow, you will be calling me Kwerekwe, your people will be calling me Kwerekwe, and I'm so scared. I really think I'm scared to be part of your family. I don't even want to be part of your country. I don't want to come to your country. I was so scared. You get. I was so scared when I started talking against. I started talking about against South Africa like last month when this thing gravitated. You know, when South Africa started attacking people. I have been supporting South Africans for a very long time. When South Africa started attacking their fellow Africans, this is when I started voicing out. I started saying, no, I can no longer be saying nice things about your country. When I'm saying that you people are doing this to other Africans, you people are doing this to other Africans, if tomorrow you and I end up tomorrow, you people might do the same thing to me that I've been supporting you people. I say, no, he got angry. Oh, no, you're supporting Nigerians. Anyone that is supporting Nigeria is cursed. You are cursed. I say, no. You people are doing it the wrong way. I don't like what you guys are doing. You guys, this is how my online boyfriend will break up. Because I started talking things against his country. He did not like it. This is the truth. If I keep supporting South Africans, what you guys are doing to your fellow Africans, if eventually I happen to settle down with South Africa, you people will do the same to me. So I cannot support things like that. So if you say I used to support South Africa, I used to support foreigners, I used to support, yes, I am not denying, I used to support you people, but I hate violence. You people are doing it the wrong way. I cannot even continue doing things like that. I had to sell the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is being controlled by someone else. This is my main YouTube channel. The only YouTube channel I'm trying to grow now, it doesn't even have a subscriber. I'm trying to do my vlogging. I want to do my vlogging right now, but I've not dropped videos on that channel. Probably I'll drop the video and I'll come here for you guys to subscribe. So I need to make this thing clear. I need to make it clear. Me, I am talking about South Africa. I used to be saying it, I've never been negative towards South Africans, but when these people started attacking Africans, I said, how can I be dating a guy from South Africa? If tomorrow my parents wants to visit me in South Africa, don't be scared. Imagine my family are saying, oh, they cannot visit South Africa. Imagine, then I'll be in social media, I'll be saying, oh, South Africans are good people. Why should I be saying that? Guys, I cannot say that. Oh, I'm sorry for those of you who are seeing me on this channel. I'm no longer talking any nice thing about South Africa, because if I see something you people are doing which is wrong, I will say it. This is just the truth. So if I continue saying this type of I continue making this type of videos on that channel, you people will not watch. So I give the channel to someone, they bought it, like that person gave me 2,000 dirhams and I give the person the channel. So I'm happy with this one. At least I can say what I want on this channel. I can say it. I will not be scared that, oh, if I say this to South Africans, they will subscribe. No. At least I'm saying the truth now. This one I'm saying is actually the truth. My South African boyfriend break up with me because of these videos I'm making on social media. Every time he comes and watch my video, he will get angry. He will get angry. He always says I support Nigerians. But why? Because when I take videos like this and I post on my status, he will get angry. Why are you always supporting Nigerians? To be honest, I don't hate Nigerians. No. I don't hate Nigerians. I just hate what South Africans are doing to their fellow brothers. This is my problem. Forget though, you don't know what I post on my status. I usually post those nonsense videos they always post on social media. They are hitting people and everyone is scared. Who wants to get married to people who behave like that? Guys, please, South Africans, please spare me. You used to know me. I used to be a very big supporter of South Africa, but not anymore. I'm no longer with South Africans, so I'm no longer with South Africans. Please, guys.